What's up, everybody? Coach Daniel here. I'm going to get into a video on test week like I had talked about previously if you watched the last video, and just about programming. So if that interests you, stick around. If it doesn't interest you, I want to encourage you to get interested in it so that you can kind of own your training. Have a little buy-in when you do that, and it'll kind of keep you motivated when you have a little bit of understanding of what we're doing, to come and be a part of it each day. So stick around and maybe I can help you learn a thing or two, or at least fill you in about what we're doing. Okay, so to get into the focuses of this cycle, we're going to get back into foundational strength building. So we're going to work on building the body basically from the roots up, to make sure the beat down we had kind of been putting on it. We get back to these slow controlled movements and some of the things that we're doing with our strict strength in terms of skill work and building a strong foundation for the body. So it's like an acclimation phase to make sure your joints, ligaments, tendons, your structure can support these higher loads down the line. So I'll get into what that looks like in a second. We are, of course, are going to work on energy systems as we always do, your conditioning pieces. You get out of breath and your ability to do that. And then skill building, as always, the CrossFit workout. So we're going to be focusing on all those things still. So your strength movements, you got two different styles. You got weightlifting movements we're going to work on, and those are going to be more trying to master this basic part of using your hip correctly so that you can maximize hip extension. It's a part that gets missed a lot for people that aren't kind of in the good to elite category of weightlifting. They completely miss their hips or just don't understand how to use them. Even if you are in that category, it's still going to be of benefit for you to kind of go back to mastering the basics to build this lift back up. So you got high hang power snatches and power cleans from the high hang. And then your powerlifting movements we're going to work on is you got a lower body push day with a back squat, which is like a total body strength movement, but it's really emphasizing the posterior chain in the low body. And then we got an upper body push movement with the bench press. Both of those are going to be 5 rep maxes. The weightlifting is going to be a 1 rep max. Reason for the powerlifting movements: weightlifting, we're trying to test like your explosive power. The powerlifting movements is more slow overall test of strength, like pure strength. So the 5 rep max is going to be used so that we can acclimate slowly, so that we don't overload the structure now. Better to kind of slowly build it instead of doing a 1 rep max, so that we can kind of build some muscle, not just strength, and also build joint, ligament, tendon health like I had mentioned. So we'll do that in a kind of slower manner with those two lifts. Then you have a skill day. That's going to be some holds that we're going to be testing. So your ability to just hang from a pull-up bar and above it. That'll be a fun way to test your kind of overall grip strength and ability to hold these isometric positions. Really important overall grip strength later in life when you're older. There's some studies about how grip strength kind of leads to healthy individuals down the line, especially bones. And so we're going to be getting into work with that. And then strict movements with the pull-ups, chin-ups, and handstand push-ups. Again, this goes back to building structure so that when you add kipping to it, you kind of have built the strength and ability to support your load when you start moving it really quickly. So that's the reason we're going to get back to that. And again, just foundation creating stuff. So as always, we're still working energy systems like I talked about. On Monday, I'll show you these energy systems. On Monday, we're going to do the weightlifting test. Then you get into bike sprints. So those will be back. And that's testing a part of the energy systems. There's 3. We'll get into like the deeper part of that. That'd be a long video in class if you're interested. But just know we're testing different energy systems. With the bike sprints, you're going to be doing 20-second sprints with a 1:40 rest. You'll see what that looks like on Monday. You guys that have done those before, you know they get pretty dark, and your ability to push is what we're testing basically. Then on Tuesday, we have the skill work. Then we get into an AMRAP. It's going to just be some pulling and pushing with similar muscle groups that we tested with the skill, so that it all kind of balances itself out. And then Wednesday, we get into your back squat. After the back squat, it's going to be kind of like a chipper workout, so more classic CrossFit style, but it's going to be body weight movements and building some kind of overall volume with those body weight movements that supports the back squat. Again, these days will all be supportive. There won't be completely different muscle groups that we're using in the second piece. Thursday, bench press, and then you have a 1K row for time. So a 3:30 to 5-minute range, some of you a little lower, a little above, and just your ability to hold on for 1,000 meters is what we're going to be testing on that. That's a fun one. That one hurts also. And then Friday is basically just an endurance day. Not basically, it is an endurance day. We're going to be doing some running, so bring your running shoes. And then there will be some rounds mixed in between your runs, and you'll see what that looks like, but that's purely an endurance day. So we kind of have some short energy system, some medium energy system, and then some long energy system work. So we could call those what they are, but I don't want to get too crazy with you. You'll learn when you come to class. That's the week. Do your best to make it. Let me know if you have questions. We'll do a makeup day on Saturday. So that's only a 1-hour class. You're only going to be able to make up one day. If you do miss one of these days this week, Saturday is your opportunity. That's it. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.